What's up, everybody? It is Alan from Breaking and Entering. We are here at Lollapalooza. We are here with LP Giobbi, producer extraordinaire. You are playing today on the Perry stage.
Yes.
How does it feel? Is this your first Lollapalooza to play?
It's actually my second. I played just last year, so
Okay.
I was shocked to be invited back and very excited. But I played last year and was booked like a while before that, and then my career made some moves in the interim, and so they're like, your time slot is not where it should be this year, so why don't you come back and we'll do it right next year. So I'm honored to be back.
That is awesome.
I thought it was great last year.
Great for them to be like, you are killing it. We need to have you play later in the day.
It was really kind.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Now, you've got a trained piano background, I believe, yes?
Yes.
How does that go into your production? How does that affect what you do?
Yeah.
Do you think that it just maybe comes a little easier because you have that music theory background?
I think in ways it comes easier, and actually in ways it comes harder, because I was trained as a classical pianist and a jazz pianist, and sometimes I theorize things more than like using my ears. Like if I didn't know, like I'd have to just like play around more and, you know, happy accidents and like really rely on your ears, which you should as an artist. And sometimes I think maybe I could do better at that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it definitely affects my process. I do still start with the drums and like the beat, but you know, the next thing that I will go to is a keyboard, whether that is to make a piano sound or to play a bass part, or you know, I'm definitely using the piano.
I like the idea of you sitting down and like writing out the music for like a bass drop and like like this melody's gonna sound sick here, and then like noting like everything up and down. You've never done anything
this is
right.
tension here. Like I should add this, like, you know, the seventh before I resolve it down on the yeah. And so that's not like, it doesn't always actually sound good in practice, you know. So
right.
Yeah.
Do you ever somehow incorporate some of those things, like a jazzier tone, into what you're doing production-wise?
For sure.
Okay, and that's like just, I mean,
it actually was when I first started making dance music. I like shunned everything I had learned in school. I mean, I got a jazz piano performance degree from UC Berkeley, and it was all I was doing, all I knew. And when I started making electronic music, I found that like I feel like I need to like simplify it as much as possible. Even in my jazz improvs, I oftentimes just like say too much without like, how do you say what you want to say in the fewest amount of words is the most impactful.
Right.
And so I started trying to like kind of not dumb things down, but like really pare it down to like, what do you need? What are the chords? Like not too much information that would overwhelm somebody on the dance floor, you know, like how do you, and so I worked really hard to sort of pull back what I had learned.
Right.
And then in the pandemic, I made a song called Meet Again, and I'd actually made that track well before the pandemic, and I you know, kind of threw it away, thinking like, oh, this is too beautiful. Like this isn't like a dance floor banger. I was using seventh chords in it. I wrote it on a train. It was like beautiful, and it was a jazzier loop, and so when I finished it, I was like, I love this, but this isn't for this. I don't know what to do with this. And then when the pandemic happened, I felt like it was weird to make a banger for a dance floor that did not exist.
Yeah.
So I sort of pulled it back out of the garbage and thought like, oh, maybe this feels just more natural and right to work on right now. And that turned into be the song that sort of actually connected with people and started my career.
Do you
so
see?
The irony here is
yes.
Always be you. Always do you.
Do you ever feel though that like something is too complex like that, and then like does that, on the flip side of that, does that make you angry when you see DJs that maybe like don't have that at all? You know what I mean? Like they don't have that thought of like.
Well, you know, I think there's again, learning how to make a dance floor react with less information is I think it's harder for me personally. So like I'm always really impressed by that.
Yeah.
And I think there's something for me to learn from that. Oftentimes, like Tucker from Sophie Tucker is Sophie and Tucker are my dearest friends, and I'll send them tracks all the time for notes.
Okay.
And most of the notes I get back from Tucker are like, there's too much stuff in here. There's too much stuff competing in the mix. There's like too much information that is like hard to like. It's for your body, you know, not necessarily your mind. And like, does it feel good?
Mm-hmm.
Like, get out of here and go into here.
Right.
So that's something I practice all the time.
It's amazing that it's like you almost have to dumb it down because you're working at a higher level, and it has to be like make this simpler.
And it's harder to like. It's harder to make it sound good with less, but like if you can, it's better. You know, it's like the frequencies in the in the speaker will actually hit better. You know, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Now bringing that here, where you've got, you know, hundreds of kids that want to just hear as much bass as possible and things like that, and you know what I mean, like it's middle of the day, it's pumping hot, and they just want to like.
They're raging out at Perry
Yes.
stage. Yes.
What is the reactions when you're putting maybe something that might be a little more complex into the mix?
You know, I'm playing on a stage today with a bunch of bass artists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one who's not. I believe maybe there's one other, but like Rez is closing the stage.
Yeah.
And so I was prepping today, like, do I need to like kind of really change up what I normally do? You know, like, is this like, are these too pretty melodic? Like, is this going to be a snoozer for people? And I actually talked to Bobby Clay, who booked the stage, who's amazing and has like helped guide me throughout my career. And he's like, listen, there's changeovers, so like, just do you. Like, you're gonna want to meet, you know, the people in the audience who connect with you. You're gonna want them to be people that connect with you.
Yeah.
So like, you'll find them, they'll be there. Just like, you know, do you. Give it a lot of energy. And so I actually don't know what I'm gonna play yet. And after this, I'm gonna try to prep and maybe make some edits if I have time and see what happens.
Nice. Have you gotten to go over there and like see what the crowd is like a little bit?
Yes, I came in a day. I have to leave to play hard tomorrow, but I came in a day early to see Tisha. So she played yesterday. I don't know if you know about her, but she is incredible. She's from the UK. She's making really cool. She's also signed to Ninja Tune, and she's making beautiful, beautiful music. And her sets are like kind of like ravier, high energy. And so I was really excited to see how that would translate at Perry's. You know, she plays like in Ibiza and like very cool parties in the UK, and I was thrilled to see that it worked.
Yeah.
Like, she was playing music that probably none of these kids had ever heard.
Right.
And it was awesome.
Yeah, and you're doing some big things as well. You're playing some big festivals and things like that as well. But what does the rest of this year look like for you as far as putting out music, anything like that? There's stuff on the way? Stuff we can say?
Oh man, so much stuff. Yes. My next single comes out August 16th, and we have a really insane remix package for it after that, which I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but it's a dream remix package for me. And then there's going to be a big body of work released.
Oh, okay.
Soon.
Okay.
And I am touring. I'm going back to Europe. I have a residency in Ibiza for all of August and doing some UK festivals in between, and then going to Australia.
Nice.
And then Argentina and Chile, and then back to the UK, and then doing a very special tour back in the US, and then we're in November.
There you go. All around the world and before the end of the year. Make sure you check her out, LP Giobbi.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah,
and make sure to keep it locked to Breaking and Entering as well for more coverage of Lollapalooza 2022.